Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade. Christie side's epic run of being brain dead and useless chugs forward. Christie sides, what on earth are you doing? Please let me know, Christie. Can somebody tag Christie in this and so she can comment in the comment section below so I have some type of insight as to what she was thinking this game? More specifically, Christie, what were you thinking drawing up a play in the final 30 seconds for Kelsey Mitchell? You do know Caitlin Clark had 15 points in the fourth quarter, right? You do know she was single-handedly a gravitational pull, also dishing out 3 assists in the fourth quarter, right? You know her plus-minus was a plus 18 in the fourth quarter. Right, Christie? You know Kelsey Mitchell's easiest shots are catch and shoots off of receiving a Caitlin Clark pass, or pull-up middies after receiving a Caitlin Clark pass. Do you understand that, Christie? Do you understand? What are you doing? What are you drawing up in the huddle? Why are you playing hangman with your coaches? Why are you drawing figures with an Etch-a-Sketch? Why do you hold a crayon like this and scribble it outside the lines? What are you doing on that bench? Folks, Caitlin Clark had 14 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds heading into the fourth quarter. Look at that again. 14 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks heading into the fourth quarter. End it right there. That's a pretty solid stat line. 14, 10, and 5. However, Caitlin Clark, unlike Christie Sides, didn't decide to throw the game today. She actually fights till the end. She finishes the game with 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. This is the first time a player in the NBA or WNBA has recorded such a stat line since 1973, 1974. You would think somebody who gets 15 points in the fourth quarter with 3 assists, you think that when we have the chance to make it a one-possession game, really take momentum fully, you'd think the head coach would draw up a play for said individual. If Luka's cooking, you don't draw up a play for Tim Hardaway. Sorry. If Trae Young's cooking, you don't draw up a play for Bojan Bogdanovic. Sorry. Christie Sides decides to draw up a play for Kelsey Mitchell in the final 30 seconds of this ball game. Caitlin Clark doesn't even touch the ball on this possession. Was she a decoy? Maybe. But why? Was Kelsey Mitchell supposed to hold the ball a split second longer and then give it to Caitlin Clark on the fail screen from Aaliyah Boston? Or Katie Lou, whoever that was? Maybe. But why? Why isn't this just going straight to Caitlin Clark's hands so she can play, make, and do what she does best? Instead, Christie Sides is going to continue to drive us all crazy. Instead, Christie Sides is going to continue to prove to all of us she is one useless SOB. She is one useless head coach. I'm going to say it again. You put Noelle Quinn on this team, this Indiana Fever team, hands down, 12 wins, 13 wins right now. Let's take a look at this brilliant play Christie Sides decided to draw up with her Etch-a-Sketch that ultimately resulted in a bad shot from Kelsey Mitchell. Let's take a look here.
To inbound. Inbound Boston. Handoff Samuelson. They'll try to free up Mitchell. Mitchell into the corner. Boston has it. 10 seconds to play. Good defense here. Mitchell has to hoist. Off the mark. It ping-pongs around to Jade Melvin.
What a freaking disaster. What the heck was that? This was drawn up for Kelsey Mitchell. Remember the conspiracy coming off of the Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl? It was all you got to do was hand the ball to Marshawn, Pete. All you got to do, hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. Instead, you want to make Russell Wilson Super Bowl MVP. Instead, you want to turn Russell Wilson into a hero. Instead of doing the right thing, putting the ball into beast mode, you put it into somebody who you want to prop up on that porch. This is exactly what happened. Instead of putting the ball in your best player's hand, instead of putting the ball in your best playmaker's hand, you're putting the ball in Kelsey Mitchell's hand. You're drawing up a play for Kelsey Mitchell. Christie Sides, do you want to make the playoffs? Yes or no? Do you want to make the playoffs? Folks, in case you guys missed it, in case your eyes didn't work, let's take a look at this play one more time. Because truthfully, I didn't believe it either when I was watching this live. So if this is your first time watching it and you didn't believe what your eyes just told you, yeah, they weren't lying to you.
Inbound Boston, handoff Samuelson. They'll try to free up Mitchell. Mitchell into the corner. Boston has it. 10 seconds to play. Good defense here. Mitchell has to hoist off the mark.
Brick. So first things first, we miss our shot. Aaliyah Boston, fortunately, at the right place at the right time, gets the rebound, does the noble thing, gives it back to Kelsey Mitchell, and then what does Kelsey Mitchell do? She shoots it again and bricks it. Let's take a look right here, folks. Look at me freezing this right here. Look at this. Kelsey Mitchell is already up for a shot. Who's that wide open, you might ask? Well, that's Aaliyah Boston. Look at this pick and pop. Look at Aaliyah Boston pop out to the, look at that. Dolson, all focus on Kelsey Mitchell. Aaliyah Boston is wide open, but Christie Sides is too busy drawing up plays for Kelsey Mitchell, drawing up plays for Erica Wheeler, drawing on her Etch-a-Sketch, grabbing crayons like that. That's who we want the ball. That's whose hands we want the ball in to make it a one-possession game. You know Caitlin Clark is easily slinging that pass to Aaliyah Boston for a potential three-pointer. This whole sequence was egregious, a disaster, and goes to show Christie Sides needs to get up out of here. Shout out to Cribs. Christie Sides, you don't need to go home, but you need to get the hell up out of Indiana. Go away. Go away. That's something that they chant in WWE, AEW, in wrestling. When there's a heel that they hate, not even like they don't like him because they're a heel, but it's like, this guy's just bad in general. Get him off my TV. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Just chanting, go away. Go away, Christie. Go away. Go away, Christie. Go away. Go away, Christie. Go away. Plays like that are exactly why Christie Sides needs to get fired. Christie Sides needs to get shown the biggest sized boot and get it thrown right in her caboose and get out of here. Caitlin Clark goes into the fourth quarter with 14 points and ends the game with 29, yet the last play isn't drawn up for her. Yet the last play is drawn up for Kelsey Mitchell, who for the most part struggled most of the game. She came alive towards the back end of the game. I'm not going to say she didn't come alive. I watched the game. Did she come alive enough to take the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hand? Someone who's hot as a freaking hell? Hot as a hot oven? Hot as an iron? You know, hot. You know, hot as the sun. Happy? Take it out of her hands and give it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell could have shown that, you know what? She's not just all about her. She is a team player. She could have given it to Aaliyah Boston right here, but instead, she shoots a bad contested shot and gets a block, and that's it right there. That's all she wrote right there. Christie Sides, go away. Go away. Go away. Christie Sides was a little spicy in her post-game conference, too. She was a little spicy. She talked about Caitlin Clark. She talked about Katie Lou. She talked about Aaliyah Boston. She talked about the starting lineup, and that's what I want to talk to you about. Christie Sides. Christie, I'm not opposed to putting Lexi Hull in the starting lineup, along with Katie Lou, Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston. I like that starting lineup. However, I also understand fan sentiment saying, hey, it's game number 23 and we're putting another starting lineup out there. So the first 5 starting lineups didn't work. We're now putting another starting lineup out there. I get it. I wish this lineup would have came out earlier, but at least we're here. Let's stay here. Don't change it. I'm a fan of it. Leave it. But maybe there is some backlash. Maybe Christie Sides is feeling like she made the wrong decision. So instead of actually saying why she made the decision she made, she just hides behind coach's choice, like a true coward, like a true person that needs to be fired. Christie Sides is awful on any level. I don't know her as a person, so I can't speak to her personally. I'm sure she's great. I'm sure she's lovely. I'm sure she brings desserts at the holiday time. I'm sure she does all of that stuff. But when it comes to coaching, carrying yourself in the media, on the public eye, Christie, you just are not very good. Listen to Christie Hull speaking on the starting lineup today.
Got to get back and figure it out.
You went away from it to start the second half, and I'm curious what you thought of the starting lineup change and how it impacted the whole game.
Yeah, I don't think it impacted the whole game. That was a coach's decision, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, there goes my next question. I was going to ask you what the thinking was behind making that change. You're not going to answer.
That was just a coach's decision, and that's where we're going to leave it.
Gee, I'm sure Lexi Hull feels way better now. I'm sure she feels so confident about her standing in the starting lineup now. I'm sure she can't wait to get out and practice next time they practice. I bet she can't wait to put on that next bench player penny in the next practice. Whether that's coming or not, that's the impression that Christie Sides leads us to believe. What? So you're just going to say, I'm here so I don't get fined. What was the decision to put Lexi Hull in? It's not hard. I wanted to get new energy out there. I wanted to spread the floor a little bit with Lexi Hull out there. Didn't come out in our benefit today, but what Lexi showed us in the fourth quarter gave me reason to believe that she deserved to be the starter today. Was that hard, Christie? Was that hard? You couldn't have just said that. Oh, okay. It took us a while to get acclimated with Lexi Hull playing as many minutes with the people that she was playing today, but once the fourth quarter came around, we really saw her energy and her defense bring us back to life along with Caitlin Clark that kept us back, that brought us back in the game and kept us back in the game. Instead, Christie Sides would just say, no comment. You're trash as a head coach. I hope that point gets across to you. I hope every time I come here and speak about the coaching situation in Indiana Fever, that point gets across. You're trash, Christie. You're an awful head coach. You didn't deserve the job. You still don't deserve the job, and you definitely don't deserve to keep the job. It's simple as that. I hope everybody who watches me, who supports me, understands why I never jumped too far out the window when they were on their little win streak. I never jumped too far out the window. I always stayed grounded enough to say, yeah, they're winning, they're having a streak. But it's not because of Christie Sides, it's because of everybody else. Because Christie's trash. Because Christie's garbage. Because Christie Sides is too far in over her head. That is currently too far up her own ass. You don't even stick up for your players in the press conference. You don't stick up for them on the court. You don't stick up for them in the press conference. And every time you do say a nice thing, it's always followed by something negative. It always has some undertone of negativity to it. You're not fooling anybody, Christie. The thing is, you're not a good enough coach. You haven't earned enough anything to be talking like that. You were spicy this whole entire interview. Christie, you are garbage. You think you can be spicy? Chin up, chest out. Answer the questions properly. Don't be a coward. But as I'm coming to know, there are a lot of cowards out here. It's the Ben Daniel podcast where we're calling a spade. Christie Sides, you need to go. Yesterday, you needed to go. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate the comments. Let me know what you think. Y'all knew this was coming. You knew it. Take it easy.